What's up, airplane collectors? Welcome to a new episode of Model Airplane Showdowns! I'm your host Ray, and in the skies today we've got two planes ready to show their team some support. The first competitor for today comes in from Gemini Jets. Released in 2023 as an exclusive model for the Delta Team USA shop, this beautiful plane sold out really fast. The second competitor comes in from NG Model. Released in 2024, stocks for this model are also running out quick. Both stunning planes will fight today to answer one question: which is the best? For this competition, each model will be tested against the following categories. Each of the 11 categories has a maximum earning potential of 5 points, making a maximum final score of 55 points. The model to earn the highest number of points wins the competition. Tower to aircraft, the skies are clear, all systems go. Begin the showdown. Let's push back and start with size. Gemini Jets undershoots the size of the A330-900NEO, missing the fuselage length and wingspan by 2 mm, while falling short by 1 mm for the height. NG model also gets the fuselage too short, this time by 3 mm. However, they redeemed themselves with the wingspan and height, missing the wingspan by 1 mm and landing the height spot on. For size, both competitors earn 4s. Taxiing onto the fuselage. Gemini Jets finally breaks their bad habit of screwing up nose shapes. The nose profile on their model is excellent. The rest of the fuselage looks great as well. NG model scores big in the fuselage department as well. The nose shape is excellent, as is the shape for the rest of the fuselage. For the fuselage category, both competitors earn 5s. Lifting off with the wings. The wings on the Gemini Jets model feature a ton of accurate details. However, the winglet shape isn't entirely accurate, and neither is the wing flex. The wings are bent too high. Additionally, Gemini fails to account for the different shades of gray on the wings. The wings on the NG model are also excellent in terms of detail. NG gets the shape of the winglets right. They also get the wing flex correct. Additionally, there are multiple shades of gray paint on different parts of the wing, which is accurate to the real aircraft. For the wings, Gemini earns a 3, NG earns a 5. Staying on course with the vertical stabilizer. Both models have good vertical stabilizers. Gemini Jets gets the shape correct, but they don't have much recessed panel line detail. NG gets the shape incorrect, missing the rounded corner on the leading edge, but they include much more panel line detail than the Gemini model. For the vertical stabilizer, Gemini earns a 5, NG earns a 4. Keeping it level with the horizontal stabilizers. Gemini's model has solid horizontal stabilizers. Their weakness is how thick they are. They should be thinner. The NG model has excellent horizontal stabilizers. Shapes and details are correct, and there is extensive panel line detailing present as well. For the horizontal stabilizers, Gemini earns a 4, NG earns a 5. Powering forward with the engines. The Gemini model has excellent engines. The fans spin, and there are spinner spirals on the spinners. This is unheard of from Gemini Jets in 1 to 400 scale. However, this level of detail doesn't save them. The pylon is too close to the exhaust nozzle, and there is an extra part on the top rear section of the engine cowling. The NG model's engines do not feature spinning fans nor spinner spirals. Nonetheless, their engines are nicely detailed, and all shapes are correct. For the engines category, Gemini earns a 4, NG earns a 5. Let's talk about aerial details. Gemini jets put a healthy amount of aerial details on their model. However, they made no effort to put anything on the underside of their model. The sat dome on the Gemini model is also incorrectly shaped. NG model fared much better with their aerial details. All shapes are correct, and they included more antennae than Gemini jets did. For aerial features, Gemini earns a 4, NG earns a 5. Landing gear down and locked. Gemini jets butters the landing, featuring excellent landing gear. All wheels roll smoothly, and the main gear even pivots. The detail of the gear itself is excellent. NG model gets into some crosswind on their way in. Some of the gaps in between the parts of the gears are filled in. The main gear does not pivot either. Some of the wheels have little pieces on them from when they were attached to a parts tree. The detail on the landing gear is pretty good though. For the landing gear, Gemini earns a 5, NG earns a 4. Time for a trip to the paint shop. Gemini Jets does a good job with paint application. All colors are correct. There are slight imperfections throughout the model, such as minor paint chips and some texturing, but nothing severe. NG model does a good job with paint application as well. The colors are correct, and there are small imperfections here and there, but nothing worthy of deducting points for. For the paint job, both models earn 5s. Going in close and looking at printed detail. Gemini Jets put a lot of printed detail into their model. Overall, it looks excellent. They missed a minor detail, however. They didn't connect the blue stripe at the top of the fuselage. This is absolutely incorrect. How they screwed up the livery this badly is beyond me. NG model put a lot of detail into their model as well, all of which is accurate. Most importantly, they get the livery correct, connecting the blue stripe at the top of the fuselage. For printed details, Gemini earns a 2, NG earns a 5. It is time for the final category, quality. Gemini Jets put up a solid effort in their quality control. There are less quality issues than usual, except for the fact that one of their model was really scratched up. How does that make it past quality control? Thankfully, no other issues like this were reported. NG did a good job on their quality control. Assembly and detail application was consistent. For quality, Gemini earns a 4, NG earns a 5. And now, the final results of today's showdown. The winner of the gold medal today is NG model, earning 52 out of 55 points or a 95% overall. NG absolutely knocked this model out of the park. The winner of silver today is Gemini Jets with a score of 44 out of 55 points or an 80% overall. That marks the end of today's showdown. As always, even though there was a winner for today's competition, both models are works of art, and they can both be appreciated in their own ways. Now for a personal note from your host, Ray. This was a tough showdown. Both models put up an excellent fight, but ultimately NG came out on top. If it weren't for the livery inaccuracy on the Gemini model, I'd say both are really good models. Picking one over the other would come down to the collector's preferences. I was also very surprised that Gemini put more detail on their model than their normal A330neos. I believe this was because the model was officially licensed, and they actually cared about doing their best this time. Which they did. The Gemini model is still pretty decent in my opinion. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Which model would you prefer? I definitely want to hear your opinions. Like this video, comment your feedback and thoughts, and subscribe so you never miss any of my reviews or upcoming showdowns. Stay tuned for more model airplane content. Happy building, happy collecting, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.